I'm back. Rudrans for the Black and White Network. If you're new to our channel, make sure you hit subscribe. Slap the like button. And as always, thank you guys and gals for watching and supporting our channel. Okay, so we know the other day that Stephen Colbert, his late night crew, went into the Capitol building. Now, evidently, the story is the two Democrats let them into the building. We're trying to figure out what's going on there. But I think what a lot of us conservatives and Republicans are asking ourselves is, we're going to lock them up, right? They're going to be locked up, right? Now, I don't know if you know, but there is a dog and pony shit show going on right now that gets televised that talks about, and I'm going to quote Jack Del Rio on this, a dust-up at the Capitol from January 6th. Oh, my God, January 6th. It's like Michael Myers popping up, you know? Never mind the motherfuckers that burnt down the country. And, yeah, I'm cussing a little bit in this video because this entire subject irritates the hell out of me if you want to know the absolute truth. So, anyway, we witnessed all that death and destruction over 18 months, 24 months. In the name of supposed social justice. We know it was really Marxism. And then we have this happen. Now, we're wanting some consistency. You know, turnabout's fair play here. And these guys that are part of Stephen Colbert's staffers. Stephen Colbert, by the way, hates Donald Trump with the passion of 1,000 white suns. That should be said. Okay, but it's going to be very interesting to see how this is handled. Now, one of the few Fox News entities I still consume these days. And there are individuals over there I really like. You know, Julie Duffy, Will Cain, Pete Hegseth, Tucker Carlson, Greg Gutfeld, Jesse Waters. I like his primetime show. And Tucker is definitely one of them I still consume. Not as much Hannity these days. You know? But Tucker has come out and said, look, we are going to lock these guys up, right? And I think we're all asking this question. Because these guys support the left-wing leftist narrative, they're not fixed to get a pass, right? I mean, are we putting a committee together for these guys? I'm just wondering right now. This is the Daily Wire. Fox News host Tucker Carlson on Friday evening said staffers from The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, who were charged with unlawful entry into an office building for the U.S. House of Representatives, should be locked up, quote, in solitary confinement for a year and a half if authorities are to follow their precedent. Yeah, we've got Americans locked up, just been locked away, just sitting around waiting. Citing treatment of January 6, 2020 Capitol breach defendants. Now, I'll give Tucker a lot of credit. He put together a documentary about this thing. It is very interesting. That's on Fox Nation. It's really a must-watch. About that entire day and everything surrounding it and all the questions that a lot of people should ask about that day. Capitol Police have reportedly charged Colbert staffers with unlawful entry to the U.S. House of Representatives. Quote, 9 individuals were arrested Thursday night for entering Longworth House office building, which was closed to the public at that point after they previously had been escorted out of the building for trying to conduct interviews related to the January 6th committee hearings. The staffers were found near Representative Lauren Boebert and House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, their offices. Quote, we learned last night producers for the Stephen Colbert Show on CBS committed insurrection at the U.S. state's Capitol. Carlson started off the segment. The point of them being there was to harass sitting members of Congress, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert. We know why they would be harassing them. By the way, the left-wing media irresponsibly released a story about Boebert and Ted Cruz the other day. She's about to sue their asses. Fox News host said Colbert staffers were, quote, charged with unlawful entry into the Capitol complex. Now that's the exact same charge that many January 6 defendants face. We'll just get right into it. It's likely that some members of Stephen Colbert's team will be held in solitary confinement for a year and a half without being charged. Why? Because this is an insurrection. Quote, joking aside, Carlson continued, how could they not be held for a year and a half in solitary confinement without being charged? Question mark. Because the precedent is in place, and how in the world can Adam Shaft is more like it, again, who spent the last year and a half eliminating civil liberties of Trump voters on the basis of January 6th, do the exact same thing and not face punishment? Question mark. Republicans have accused Schiff of letting in the Colbert staffers. Interesting. WUSA 9 confirmed last year that certain January 6 defendants are being held in jail without bond before their trials, citing, quote, a landmark decision. Nima Ramini, a former federal prosecutor, said that the suspects accused of assaulting police officers are, quote, did you know, break windows, force open doors, and those types of things, have been jailed without bond before trial, which may reportedly be years away from the defendant's arrest. I'm going to point something out here about that. Let's draw a line. You know what Russia is doing right now to people locked up from the U.S.? Brittany Griner, the other guy that's being held right now, I think his name is, it may be Paul Whelan maybe. They keep them detained before they actually get to any kind of trial. And they can be detained over there for a long-ass time. Wow, is this Russia? Is that where we're at right now? That feels kind of like Russia to me. A man named Jacob Lane, a January 6th defendant who spoke with the Daily Wire earlier this year, said he spent 200 days in solitary confinement, which included 23 hours a day alone in a cell, and has been in jail since 10 days after the Capitol riot in 2020. Lang is accused of numerous assaults on the police, but contends he was saving lives from police brutality. The Daily Wire reported the man said he tried to pull the body of Roseanne Boylan, who died the day of the breach, out of the Capitol tunnel after police beat her on the ground and pushed a massive swarm of people on top of her. While the defendants went into jail looking like normal people, many now look significantly stranger. The D.C. jail denies barbering services, including shaves to unvaccinated inmates. Daily Wire reported outline describing a, quote, pod of January 6 defendants. That has meant many of the January 6 suspects haven't shaved in months, which they argue leads them to attending court appearances, including looking like the Unabomber, causing potential prejudice in their cases. Yikes. That's absolutely nuts. So, Tucker's asking fair questions here. Are these staffers for Stephen Colbert going to get the same treatment as U.S. patriots, as people that were up there? A lot of them, many of them, didn't do anything except walk in a building. Okay, and if you watch that documentary I'm talking about, it will certainly enlighten you exactly how they got in there and everything that happened in there. It's a fair question. Look, we all know the answer. Stephen Colbert co-signs the left side of the aisle, okay? So in turn, I would just guess, call it an educated guess, that they're going to get much better treatment than these individuals from January 6th. Call me crazy. In fact, if they spend any real time in jail, I'll be floored, shocked, okay? But people are in there, can't even get a shave right now. Some of the conditions that's been discussed that I've seen in various things involving this day and the people that's been locked up, it's appalling. And we're talking about a lot of people that had no criminal records. Wasn't there like a real estate agent that was one of the people? I mean, it's just been, it's been absolutely crazy. I said the day I was watching that, I lost some friends on Facebook. because I said, wow, I'm sitting here seeing this on TV, and the mainstream media is losing their minds right now. And I'm like, wait a minute. Where have you been the last 2 years? Where has all this media outrage been the last 2 years? Where was that same energy when I saw a reporter standing in front of something burning to the ground during a BLM riot and them going, this is mostly peaceful protesting? And I'm like, wait, what? How is anything burning to the ground considered mostly peaceful? You know, a lot of people didn't like that. Oh, you done racist some bitch. No, I mean, look, one good riot is the same as another good riot. Come on. You don't get to pick and choose shit, okay? It was law breaking here, so yeah. You know, I mean, are you really stealing Nikes on the basis of social justice? I don't think so. I just won't buy that. So, tell me what you think, Black and White Network supporters. Who knows if YouTube will keep this video up. Peace, I'm out. Till next time. Black and White Network supporters, make sure you check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. Link in the description. Use promo code USA First, all one word. USA First, all one word. 25% off now.